You have been lied to. Not by any one person. Not by any single institution. But by 1,000 voices, 1,000 messages, 1,000 excuses that have settled into your mind like dust on a mirror. You have been told that wealth is a matter of luck. That it belongs to others. That it comes from the outside, from circumstances, from opportunities, from connections, from inheritances, from moments of fortune that either visit you or pass you by. This is the great deception. And until you reject it completely, you will remain exactly where you are. Listen carefully to what I am about to tell you. Wealth does not come from outside of you. It never has. It never will. Wealth begins in the invisible realm of thought, in the workshop of your mind, in the power that exists within you, a power so vast, so unlimited, so responsive to your command that most people never dare to use it. This power has been called many things. Some call it the subconscious. Some call it infinite intelligence. Some call it the creative force of the universe. I call it the God power within you. And it is this power, this exact power, that creates wealth. Not your boss. Not the economy. Not the government. Not the stock market. Not the times you live in. You. The power within you. Right now, in this very moment, that power is operating. It is building your tomorrow based on the blueprints you are feeding it today. It does not rest. It does not judge. It does not question. It simply creates, endlessly, tirelessly, perfectly, according to the dominant thoughts you hold in your mind. If you are broke, it is because you have given this power the blueprint of poverty. If you are struggling, it is because you have fed it the images of struggle. If you are waiting for someone else to change your life, you have handed your God power over to phantoms and illusions. But from this moment forward, everything can change. Not because of what I will tell you, but because of what you will choose to accept, to believe, and to act upon. This is not a message of comfort. This is not a gentle pat on the back. This is a confrontation with truth. And truth, when embraced, sets you free. When rejected, it leaves you in chains. You are not here by accident. You did not stumble upon these words by chance. There is something within you, something stirring, something ready, that has called you to this message. That something is the God power within you, waking up, demanding expression, insisting that you stop living beneath your design. Before we go further, do one thing for me: subscribe to this channel. Not for me, for you. Because if this message resonates with you, you need to hear it again and again until it becomes part of your mental fabric. And leave a comment telling me where you are watching from. Let me know you are ready to step into your power. Let the universe know you are no longer a spectator in your own life. Now let us begin. There is a law that governs all creation. It is older than civilization, more reliable than any machine, and more powerful than any army. It is the law of mental equivalence. Here is how it works: whatever you hold consistently in your mind, with emotional intensity and unshaken belief, must, by law, manifest in your physical reality. Not sometimes. Not occasionally. Always. This is not philosophy. This is not mysticism. This is the operating system of the universe. And it applies to wealth just as it applies to everything else. If you want to know why you have the financial results you have right now, look at the mental images you have been holding. Look at the conversations you have been having with yourself. Look at the beliefs you carry about money, about yourself, about what is possible for someone like you. Your outer world is a perfect reflection of your inner world. Not most of the time. All of the time. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. If you are internally wealthy, if you think like a wealthy person, if you feel like a wealthy person, if you see yourself as someone through whom wealth flows naturally, then wealth will come to you. It must. It has no choice. It is the law. But if you are internally poor, if you resent wealth, if you fear it, if you believe it is scarce or that it belongs to others or that you are not worthy of it, then poverty will cling to you no matter how hard you work. You can labor 18 hours a day and remain broke if your mind is programmed for lack. You can save every penny and still struggle if your subconscious believes you are meant to struggle. Because the God power within you does not respond to your surface wishes. It responds to your deep convictions. This power is neutral. It does not care whether you use it to build or to destroy. It simply amplifies whatever you give it. Give it fear, and it creates fearful circumstances. Give it doubt, and it creates failure. Give it resentment, and it creates enemies. Give it scarcity, and it creates emptiness. But give it faith, and it moves mountains. Give it clarity, and it creates opportunities. Give it gratitude, and it multiplies blessings. Give it the image of wealth, and it builds wealth. Understand this: the power within you is not limited by your past. It is not limited by your education. It is not limited by your age, your location, your industry, or your starting point. It is limited only by the boundaries you place upon it with your thinking. Most people go through life never realizing they have this power. They look outside themselves for salvation. They wait for permission. They wait for the right moment. They wait for someone to discover them, to promote them, to hand them the opportunity. And while they wait, their God power sits dormant, untouched, unused, like a lion in a cage. You were not born to beg. You were not born to scrape by. You were not born to live at the mercy of external conditions. You were born with the same creative power that built galaxies, that turned seeds into forests, that transforms thought into form. That power is in you right now. It has always been in you. And it is ready to create wealth the moment you stop contradicting it. Here is the contradiction most people live in: they say they want wealth, but they think thoughts of poverty. They say they want abundance, but they speak words of lack. They say they believe in prosperity, but they feel unworthy of it. And so the God power within them receives mixed signals. It sees no clear command. It has no definite blueprint. And so it creates confusion, delay, and mediocrity. But when you align your thoughts, your feelings, your words, and your actions around a single definite purpose, when you decide with absolute clarity that you will be wealthy, that you will master money, that you will command abundance, then the God power goes to work with unstoppable force. Opportunities appear. Ideas come. Doors open. People show up. Resources flow. Not because you are lucky. Because you are aligned. Wealth is not a mystery. It is a system. And the system begins with thought. Every fortune ever built began as an idea in someone's mind. Every business, every invention, every empire, first invisible, then visible. First mental, then material. You look at a wealthy person and you see the house, the car, the bank account. But you do not see the thousands of hours they spent conditioning their mind, rejecting doubt, affirming their worth, visualizing their success, and refusing to accept anything less than what they desired. You see the result, but you miss the cause. The cause is always internal. The result is always external. And if you want to change the result, you must go back to the cause. You must reprogram the subconscious mind. You must plant new seeds. You must build a new mental image of yourself, a self that is prosperous, abundant, magnetic to wealth, and confident in your right to be rich. Because the universe does not respond to your need. It responds to your consciousness. If you walk around feeling needy, you will attract more need. If you walk around feeling desperate, you will repel what you desire. If you walk around feeling like a victim, the world will treat you like one. But if you walk around feeling wealthy, if you carry yourself with the quiet assurance of someone who knows that abundance is their natural state, then wealth will flow toward you as water flows downhill. This is the great secret: you do not need to chase wealth. You need to become the person wealth flows to. And that transformation happens in your mind first. The God power within you is waiting for a command. It is waiting for a definite instruction. It is waiting for you to stop wishing and start deciding. Because wishing is weak. Deciding is power. When you decide, you set forces in motion. You activate laws. You enlist invisible allies. You tap into intelligence far greater than your own. But you must decide with your whole being. Not half-heartedly. Not tentatively. Not with one foot in doubt and one foot in hope. You must decide the way a general decides to march into battle. The way a surgeon decides to make the cut. The way a pilot decides to take off. With commitment. With clarity. With absolute faith in the power that moves through you. Most people never make that decision. They dabble. They try. They hope. But they do not decide. And so the God power within them remains dormant, like a car with the engine off. But you are different. You would not be here if you were not ready to awaken that power. To command it. To direct it toward the creation of wealth in your life. And that process begins the moment you accept this truth: you are not separate from wealth. You are not locked out of abundance. You are not cursed by circumstance. You are a living, breathing, creative center of power. And the same intelligence that keeps your heart beating, that digests your food, that heals your wounds, that intelligence is also capable of creating wealth for you, through you, and around you. But it will not do so without your conscious cooperation. You must give it the plan. You must feed it the vision. You must hold the faith. You must act on the impulses it sends you. You must persist when doubt whispers. You must continue when appearances contradict you. Because the God power does not operate on your timeline. It operates in its own perfect rhythm. And it will deliver, if you stay faithful, if you stay focused, if you refuse to go back to the old mental patterns that kept you broke. Let me say it again, because this is the foundation of everything: your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. If you want more wealth on the outside, you must build more wealth consciousness on the inside. You must think thoughts of abundance. You must speak words of prosperity. You must see yourself as already wealthy in your imagination. You must feel the emotions of financial success before the money arrives. This is not pretending. This is programming. You are giving your subconscious mind a new set of instructions. You are replacing the old blueprint of lack with a new blueprint of abundance. And as you do this consistently, day after day, the God power within you begins to reshape your reality. You start to notice things you never noticed before. You start to take actions you never took before. You start to attract people, ideas, and opportunities that were always there, but invisible to you because your mind was not tuned to the frequency of wealth. Now you are tuning in. Now you are aligning. Now you are cooperating with the law instead of resisting it. And that changes everything. Wealth is not reserved for the lucky few. It is available to anyone who understands the law and applies it with discipline and faith. You do not need a college degree. You do not need capital. You do not need connections. You need only one thing: a made-up mind. A mind that knows what it wants. A mind that refuses to be distracted. A mind that holds its vision steady in the face of doubt, delay, and opposition. That kind of mind is unstoppable. That kind of mind commands the God power. That kind of mind creates wealth. And that kind of mind is available to you, right now. Not someday. Not when conditions are right. Now. You have the power. You have the intelligence. You have the creative force of the universe at your disposal. The only question is, will you use it? Will you take command of your thoughts? Will you discipline your speech? Will you build the mental image of wealth until it becomes more real to you than your current circumstances? Or will you continue to drift, to react, to blame, to wait for something outside of you to save you? The choice is yours. It has always been yours. And it will always be yours. But know this, the God power within you is impartial. It will create whatever you instruct it to create. Poverty or prosperity. Struggle or success. Limitation or liberation. You are the architect. The power is the builder. And the time to begin is now. Now we must confront the real enemy. It is not the economy. It is not your employer. It is not inflation or recession or bad luck. The real enemy is the pattern of thinking you have been defending for years, perhaps for your entire life. Let me be clear, if you are not wealthy, it is because some part of you does not believe you should be. You may protest this. You may say, but I want to be rich. I've always wanted money. And I believe you. I believe you want wealth, on the surface. But wanting is not the same as believing. Wishing is not the same as expecting. Hoping is not the same as knowing. Deep in your subconscious mind, there are beliefs about money that you have never questioned. Beliefs planted by parents, by teachers, by society, by religion, by 1,000 forgotten moments in your childhood. And those beliefs are running your financial life. Here are some of them. See if they sound familiar. Money is the root of all evil. Rich people are greedy. You have to work hard for every dollar. Money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that. I'm just not good with money. You have to have money to make money. It's selfish to want to be rich. Do you recognize any of these? Have you ever said them, thought them, or heard them so often that they became part of your mental background? These are not harmless phrases. They are commands to your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind obeys every command you give it. If you believe money is evil, your subconscious will protect you from it. It will sabotage every opportunity. It will make you uncomfortable around wealth. It will cause you to repel the very thing you say you want. If you believe rich people are greedy, you will subconsciously avoid becoming rich, because you do not want to be greedy. You do not want to be judged. You do not want to become the kind of person you have spent your life resenting. If you believe you are not good with money, then every financial decision you make will confirm that belief. You will overspend. You will undersave. You will make poor investments. Not because you are incapable, but because you are being obedient to your own self-concept. This is the trap most people live in. They are unconsciously loyal to an identity that keeps them broke. And until you break that loyalty, nothing will change. You must examine your beliefs about money the way a detective examines a crime scene. You must shine a light on every hidden assumption, every inherited opinion, every unquestioned limitation. And then you must make a choice. Will you keep these beliefs, or will you replace them? Because you cannot serve two masters. You cannot hold thoughts of poverty and expect to create wealth. You cannot criticize the rich and become one of them. You cannot see money as dirty and attract it into your life. The God power within you will not override your beliefs. It will only reinforce them. So if you believe you are meant to struggle, you will struggle, no matter how hard you work. If you believe wealth is for others, it will go to others, no matter how talented you are. If you believe you are a victim of circumstances, circumstances will continue to victimize you. This is not punishment. This is law. And the sooner you accept it, the sooner you can change it. Now let me confront another mistake, the worship of effort without strategy. You have been taught that hard work is the answer. And to some extent, that is true. Nothing worthwhile comes without effort. But effort without direction is wasted energy. You can work yourself into exhaustion and still be broke. You can hustle 18 hours a day and go nowhere. Because hard work alone does not create wealth. What creates wealth is hard work applied intelligently, in alignment with a definite plan, powered by a burning desire, and directed by a mind that expects to succeed. Most people are busy, but they are not productive. They are active, but they are not effective. They are working hard, but they are working on the wrong things, or worse, they are working with the wrong mindset. If you go to work every day resenting your job, complaining about your pay, and counting the hours until you can leave, do you think the God power within you is receiving a message of prosperity? No. You are programming yourself for poverty. You are training your mind to associate work with suffering, and money with resentment. And so the universe gives you more of what you are focused on, more suffering, more resentment, more lack. But if you change your attitude, if you decide to bring excellence to everything you do, if you choose to serve with enthusiasm, if you see your current job not as a prison but as a training ground, then everything shifts. You are no longer a victim. You are a creator. You are no longer waiting for life to improve. You are improving yourself. And as you improve yourself, your circumstances must improve. Because the outer always follows the inner. Let me confront one more mistake, and it is perhaps the most damaging of all, the belief that wealth will somehow arrive without your active participation. You sit and wait. You hope. You pray. You buy lottery tickets. You scroll through social media looking at people who have what you want, and you wonder when it will be your turn. But the universe does not reward passivity. It rewards initiative. The God power within you is not a genie that grants wishes. It is a co-creator that responds to action. You must move. You must decide. You must take the first step, even when you cannot see the entire path. Because faith without works is dead. Vision without action is fantasy. Desire without discipline is delusion. You must do something. Not everything. Not perfectly. But something. You must start where you are, with what you have, and trust that the next step will reveal itself as you move forward. Most people wait for certainty before they act. But certainty does not come before action. It comes after. You act in faith, and then the evidence appears. You move toward your goal, and then the path opens. You claim your wealth in your mind, and then the means to obtain it manifest. But you must go first. You must be willing to look foolish. You must be willing to fail. You must be willing to be misunderstood, criticized, doubted, and dismissed. Because on the other side of that willingness is everything you have ever wanted. The God power within you is testing your commitment. It is asking, how badly do you want this? Are you willing to change? Are you willing to grow? Are you willing to become the person who can handle wealth? And your answer is not found in your words. It is found in your actions. If you keep doing what you have always done, you are telling the universe, I am comfortable here. I am not ready for more. But if you start doing something different, if you invest in yourself, if you learn new skills, if you surround yourself with people who are ahead of you, if you take calculated risks, if you act as if success is inevitable, then you are sending a different message. You are saying, I am ready. I am worthy. I am willing to grow into the wealth I desire. And when that message is clear, consistent, and backed by action, the God power responds with force. Opportunities multiply. Resources appear. Synchronicities happen. The right people cross your path at the right time. Not because you are lucky. Because you are aligned. So here is the confrontation: stop lying to yourself. Stop pretending that you are doing everything you can when you know you are not. Stop blaming the system, the boss, the government, the rich, the market, or the universe for your lack. Stop waiting for someone to save you, to choose you, to validate you, or to give you permission to succeed. You do not need permission. You need commitment. You do not need a miracle. You need a made-up mind. You do not need more time. You need more focus. You do not need better circumstances. You need better thoughts. Everything you need is already within you. The power is there. The intelligence is there. The creativity is there. But it will not activate itself. You must activate it with your desire, your decision, and your discipline. And that activation begins the moment you stop making excuses and start making moves. The question is not whether you can create wealth. The question is whether you will. And the answer to that question will be written in the choices you make from this day forward. Now comes the shift. You have seen where you have been. You have confronted the patterns that have held you back. Now you must build the new mind, the mind that creates wealth. This is not about positive thinking. This is about total transformation. You must rebuild your mental foundation from the ground up. You must install new beliefs, new habits, new standards, and a new identity. And it begins with this declaration: I am responsible. Not for everything that has happened to you, but for everything you do from this point forward. You are responsible for your thoughts. You are responsible for your focus. You are responsible for your attitude. You are responsible for your response to every situation. No one else can think for you. No one else can decide for you. No one else can act for you. You are the captain of your mind. And your mind is the control center of your destiny. When you accept total responsibility, something extraordinary happens. You reclaim your power. You are no longer a leaf blown by the wind. You are the wind. You are no longer a victim of circumstances. You are the creator of circumstances. This is the turning point. This is the moment when everything changes. But it requires that you let go of blame. Let go of excuses. Let go of the comfort of being a victim. Because as long as you blame someone else, you give them your power. As long as you make excuses, you remain stuck. As long as you see yourself as a victim, you will continue to be victimized. But when you take full responsibility, when you say, my wealth is my responsibility, and no one else's, then you step into your creative authority. And from that place, all things are possible. Now, here is the new mindset you must adopt. Wealth is my natural state. Say it. Think it. Feel it. Believe it. Not because it is currently true in your bank account, but because it is true in your design. You were not created to be poor. You were not created to struggle. You were not created to live in fear of bills and debt and scarcity. You were created in the image of abundance. The universe is abundant. Nature is abundant. The God power within you is abundant. And when you align with that truth, you step into the flow of wealth. This is not arrogance. This is alignment. You are not claiming to be better than anyone else. You are simply claiming your inheritance. And your inheritance is prosperity. Next mindset shift: I do not chase money. I attract it. Chasing is rooted in fear. Attracting is rooted in faith. When you chase, you repel. When you attract, you receive. You attract wealth by becoming the kind of person wealth flows toward. You attract it by offering value. By solving problems. By serving others. By thinking bigger than yourself. You attract it by vibrating at the frequency of abundance, by thinking abundant thoughts, speaking abundant words, and taking abundant actions. You do not beg for wealth. You do not grovel for opportunities. You do not lower yourself to get ahead. You stand tall in your worth. You know what you bring. You believe in your value. And you allow the God power within you to guide you toward the people, the places, and the opportunities that are in alignment with your purpose. This is magnetic living. This is how the wealthy think. And this is how you must think if you want to join them. Third mindset shift: my current circumstances are temporary. My potential is infinite. Where you are now is not where you will always be, unless you accept it as permanent. But if you refuse to accept it, if you use your current situation as fuel rather than as an excuse, then you transform it into a launching pad. Every wealthy person was once broke. Every successful person was once unknown. Every master was once a beginner. The difference is that they refused to let their starting point define their ending point. They saw beyond their circumstances. They believed in a future that did not yet exist. They held the vision when everyone else saw only impossibility. And that is what you must do. You must see yourself as already wealthy, not in fantasy, but in faith. You must live from the end. You must think, speak, and act as the person you are becoming, not the person you have been. This is not fake. This is alignment with your greater self. The God power within you does not see you as broke. It sees you as whole, complete, abundant, and capable. It sees your potential, not your past. And when you begin to see yourself the way the God power sees you, your reality shifts. Fourth mindset shift: wealth is not selfish. Wealth is service. Many people sabotage their own success because they believe that wanting wealth is selfish, greedy, or wrong. But let me ask you this: who does your poverty serve? Does your lack help your family? Does your struggle inspire others? Does your financial stress make the world a better place? No. Poverty serves no one. But wealth in the hands of a person with purpose, can change lives. It can fund dreams. It can build schools, feed families, support causes, and create opportunities for others. Wealth is simply energy. And energy is neutral. It is what you do with it that matters. So stop apologizing for wanting to be rich. Stop feeling guilty for desiring abundance. Stop shrinking to make others comfortable. You are meant to prosper. And your prosperity is a gift not just to yourself, but to everyone whose life you will touch with your resources, your influence, and your example. Fifth mindset shift: I am willing to pay the price. Wealth is not free. It requires sacrifice. It requires discipline. It requires that you give up comfort, distraction, and instant gratification in exchange for long-term gain. You must be willing to study when others are scrolling. You must be willing to work when others are sleeping. You must be willing to invest when others are spending. You must be willing to persist when others quit. This is the price. And it is non-negotiable. But here is the good news: the price of success is far less than the price of regret. The pain of discipline is temporary. The pain of regret lasts a lifetime. So choose your pain wisely. Finally, this mindset: the God power within me is greater than any obstacle before me. You will face doubt. You will face delay. You will face criticism, rejection, failure, and setbacks. But none of these things have the power to stop you, unless you give them that power. The force that beats your heart, that grows your hair, that heals your wounds, that force is the same force that creates wealth. And it is within you. Not outside. Not in the economy. Not in the market. Not in luck. In you. Trust it. Listen to it. Follow it. Act on it. And it will lead you into wealth beyond your current imagination. This is the new mindset. This is the mind of the wealth creator. And from this day forward, this is your mind. Now we move from philosophy to practice. You have the principles. You have the mindset. Now you need the daily disciplines that will anchor these truths into your subconscious mind and turn them into automatic behavior. Here are the 7 daily practices that will activate the God power within you and set the wealth creation process in motion. Practice 1: Morning Mental Programming. Every morning, before you do anything else, spend 15 minutes programming your mind for wealth. Sit in silence. Close your eyes. And see yourself as already wealthy. Not someday. Not in the future. Now. See the bank account. See the opportunities. See yourself moving through your day with confidence, abundance, and purpose. Feel the emotions of financial success. Feel the peace. Feel the freedom. Feel the gratitude. This is not daydreaming. This is impressing the subconscious mind with a definite image. Do this every single day. Without exception. Because repetition is the mother of mastery. You are not trying to convince yourself of something false. You are aligning your inner reality with the outer reality you are building. And as you do this consistently, your thoughts, your decisions, and your actions will automatically align with the vision. Practice 2. Speak wealth into existence. Your words have power. They are not neutral. They are creative. What you say about yourself, about money, about your future, these words are commands to your subconscious and to the universe. So from this day forward, eliminate poverty language. No more, I can't afford it. No more, I'm broke. No more, money is tight. No more, I never have enough. Replace those phrases with these. I am attracting wealth every day. Money flows to me easily and consistently. I am a magnet for opportunities. I am worthy of unlimited abundance. I am financially free. Say them out loud. Write them down. Repeat them until they feel natural. Because your subconscious mind believes what you tell it most often. And if you tell it you are wealthy, it will go to work making that true. Practice 3. Study wealth daily. You cannot create what you do not understand. If you want to be wealthy, you must study wealth the way a doctor studies medicine. Read books on money. Read biographies of successful people. Study investing. Study business. Study sales. Study marketing. Study human psychology. Spend at least 30 minutes every day learning something that will increase your financial intelligence. Because knowledge is potential power. And applied knowledge is actual power. The more you know, the more you see. The more you see, the more you can do. The more you can do, the more you earn. This is not optional. This is essential. The God power within you can only create through the knowledge and skills you give it to work with. So feed your mind. Expand your awareness. Become a student of success. And watch how quickly your outer world begins to reflect your inner growth. Practice 4. Give before you have. This is one of the most misunderstood principles of wealth creation. Most people say, when I have more, I will give more. But the law works in reverse. You must give first. You must circulate wealth before it circulates to you. Not because the universe is testing you, but because giving is the ultimate demonstration of abundance consciousness. When you give, whether it is money, time, knowledge, or service, you are saying to your subconscious mind, I have more than enough. And your subconscious responds by creating more. But when you hoard, when you grip tightly, when you operate from fear of loss, you are saying, I do not have enough. And your subconscious responds by creating lack. So give. Give consistently. Give joyfully. Give without expectation of return. Not recklessly. Not foolishly. But generously. And watch how the floodgates open. Practice 5. Take one wealth-building action every day. Faith without works is dead. You can visualize. You can affirm. You can believe. But if you do not act, nothing changes. Every single day, you must take at least one action that moves you closer to financial independence. It does not have to be big. It does not have to be perfect. But it must be intentional. Apply for a new opportunity. Reach out to a potential client. Launch the side business. Make the sales call. Negotiate the raise. Open the investment account. Cut the unnecessary expense. Do something. Anything. Because action is the bridge between the invisible and the visible. It is the language the universe understands. And when you act in faith, when you move toward your goal even when you cannot see the full path, the God power within you responds by opening doors you did not even know existed. Practice 6. Protect your mental environment. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you surround yourself with complainers, you will complain. If you surround yourself with victims, you will think like a victim. If you surround yourself with people who are broke and bitter, you will remain broke and bitter. But if you surround yourself with people who are ambitious, optimistic, and successful, you will rise to their level. This is not snobbery. This is survival. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. And if you are trying to build wealth while surrounded by poverty thinking, you are fighting a losing battle. So be ruthless about who you allow into your mental space. Limit time with negative people. Turn off the news. Stop consuming content that feeds fear, anger, or helplessness. Instead, fill your mind with inspiration, education, and encouragement. Listen to voices that lift you. Read books that challenge you. Join communities that support your vision. Because the God power within you can only work with the material you give it. And if you feed it garbage, it will produce garbage. Practice 7. End each day with gratitude. Gratitude is the ultimate wealth magnet. When you are grateful for what you have, you signal to the universe that you are ready for more. But when you focus only on what you lack, you attract more lack. So every night, before you go to sleep, write down 3 things you are grateful for related to money or opportunity. It could be a sale you made, a lesson you learned, a bill you paid, a person who helped you, a moment of clarity, a small win. Anything. Because gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance. And what you focus on expands. Do this every night without fail. And over time, you will notice that your entire relationship with money begins to change. You will stop resenting it. You will stop fearing it. You will stop chasing it. Instead, you will welcome it. You will expect it. You will receive it with joy. And it will come to you in greater and greater measure. These 7 practices are not suggestions. They are instructions. If you want to activate the God power within you, you must give it something to work with. You must give it clarity through visualization. You must give it faith through affirmation. You must give it knowledge through study. You must give it momentum through action. You must give it alignment through environment. And you must give it multiplication through gratitude. Do these things daily, and you will not recognize your life a year from now. Not because of magic. Because of law. The law of sowing and reaping. The law of cause and effect. The law of mental equivalence. You plant the seeds in your mind. The God power grows the harvest. And the harvest is wealth. This is the end of the message. But it is the beginning of your transformation. Everything I have told you is true. Not because I said it, but because it is written into the fabric of reality. The God power within you is real. It is active. It is waiting. But it will not force itself upon you. It will not override your free will. It will not create wealth for you while you sit in doubt, fear, and passivity. You must choose. You must decide, right now, that you are done with poverty thinking. Done with excuses. Done with blaming. Done with waiting. You must decide that from this moment forward, you are a wealth creator. Not because of what you have, but because of what you are. You are a center of divine intelligence. You are a channel through which infinite abundance can flow. You are not separate from the creative force of the universe, you are an expression of it. And when you live in alignment with that truth, there is nothing you cannot have, nothing you cannot do, nothing you cannot become. But alignment requires discipline. It requires focus. It requires that you guard your mind like a fortress and direct your thoughts like a general commands an army. You cannot afford to think carelessly anymore. You cannot afford to speak recklessly. You cannot afford to associate with people who drag you down or consume content that poisons your mind. Your future is too important. Your purpose is too great. Your potential is too vast. And the world needs you to rise. Not so you can hoard wealth, but so you can use it. So you can serve with it. So you can build with it. So you can lift others with it. Because when you win, everyone around you wins. When you prosper, you create opportunity for others. When you break free from limitation, you become living proof that it can be done. And that is your true calling, to be the evidence. To be the one who came from nothing and built something. To be the one who was told it was impossible and did it anyway. To be the one who activated the God power within and became a living demonstration of what is possible when faith meets action. That is your destiny. Not to be comfortable. Not to be average. Not to blend in. But to rise. To lead. To create. To prosper. To inspire. And it all begins in your mind. Right now, in this very moment, you stand at a crossroads. One path leads back to where you were, back to doubt, back to struggle, back to the same patterns that have kept you broke. The other path leads forward, into faith, into discipline, into wealth, into the life you were meant to live. The choice is yours. And only yours. But know this, the God power within you is ready. It has always been ready. It is simply waiting for you to give the command. So give the command. Say it in your mind. Say it out loud. Say it with every fiber of your being. I am wealthy. I am abundant. I am worthy. I am powerful. And I claim my right to financial freedom right now. Say it until you believe it. Say it until you feel it. Say it until it becomes the foundation of every thought, every word, and every action. Because when you do, the God power goes to work. And when the God power goes to work, nothing can stop you. Not the economy. Not the critics. Not the obstacles. Not the odds. Nothing. You become unstoppable. You become inevitable. You become a force of nature. And wealth flows to you the way rivers flow to the ocean, naturally, effortlessly, endlessly. This is not a fantasy. This is your future, if you choose it. So choose it now. Commit to it now. Act on it now. Because the time is now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not when conditions are perfect. Now. Your wealth is waiting. Your destiny is calling. The God power within you is ready to create miracles. All you have to do is say yes. And then do the work. The world is waiting for you to rise. And you will rise, because that is what you were born to do. Now go. Go and create the wealth that is your birthright. Go and claim the life that is already yours. Go and become the person you were destined to be. And never, ever look back. Your time is now.